how you're gonna get on your teacher's good side this year. So when you come back to school, you know there's two kinds of students. You have the teacher's pets, and then you have the slackers. In my opinion, you don't want to be either. You want to be at the sweet spot. The sweet spot that gets right the class and is smart but doesn't beg for any points. Try to read again at least once each class in the first week or two. And at some point, ask a clarifying question either through email or after class. Now do you know how to skim? If not, then I'm gonna teach you. When you have a 1,000-page reading assignment due at midnight, even speed reading won't be fast enough. First, you would go through, look at all the headings, and read the introduction. Then you look at the first and last sentence of each following paragraph. Then you stop at bold words and charts, and then you read the conclusion. But here's how you're gonna stop running out of time on tests. What you're not gonna do is jump blindly into the test without knowing what the questions are like. If you do this, you're probably tackling the questions very inefficiently. If your exam questions are not cumulative, meaning you don't have to answer question 1 to answer question 2, you're in luck. Go through and answer the easiest true, false, or multiple choice questions first, and then quickly think about how much time you need to spend on each every other section. So you finally come back home from school, you chill for a little bit, and then you decide to start your homework. But wait, which subject do you go for first? The easiest or the hardest? As you go from easy to hardest, this one. The first day you're doing pretty well. The second takes a little bit longer, the third one takes even longer. The fourth one is for 58th grade, and I exhaust negative. Go from hardest to easiest to get better results. As a student, no matter what grade you're in, there are two skills you have to constantly strive to perfect. To read fast and to write fast. So if you don't know what to say, even like a word, sentence, or even paragraph, type the letters TK, which stands for to come. Don't stop writing and come back to those placeholders later. Here's why you failed your last test even though you spent 10 hours studying. So there are exactly 3 groups. Group 1 spent 5 minutes reading a passage. Group 2 spent 5 minutes reading a passage and then read a summary. And Group 3 spent 5 minutes reading a passage, and little does he know, he writes down everything as he could remember. So who do you think has the best recall? It is, of course, Group 3. So be like Group 3 or else it. So you come home after a long day of school and have hours and hours worth of homework. You tell yourself, oh, I'm gonna take a short break. But that 60-minute break quickly turns into a 7-hour break. So how can you stop feeling lazy? Well, tell your parent or sibling to snatch their phone and not give it back until you finish your work. So your teacher might give you a billion% if you study like this, but it might be worth it. So your grades won't improve no matter how much you study, and it's probably because you're studying the wrong things. So before a test, most students pull out their wheels and review every single topic equally. Instead, you should prioritize your weaknesses. Create a spreadsheet. After each quiz, spreadsheet the mistakes by question type or by chapter. Then before the big test or midterm, make a graph of your weaknesses and tag them when you study. Here's how you're gonna ace your next test. Set up 5 boxes. Box 1 gets studied every day. Box 2 gets studied every 2 days. Box 3 gets studied every 4 days. Box 4 gets studied every 9 days. And Box 5 gets studied every 13 days. Now take a set of flashcards. Every card begins in Box 1, and every time you get a correct answer, move it up 1 box. But if you get a wrong answer, move it back to the first box.